is live. And you are live.
Hey, welcome to OnSet. I am Daniel Norton. Today we're going to work with not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but one light. One single light. Normally I reserve this demo for Valentine's Day. For all the single people out there, we have a single light, but I decided to, where are we, October? Yes. Bring it out in October because Marissa's here. And Marissa only likes to pose when there's one light. Yeah, she's like, too many lights. I don't want to pay all that extra money for the extra lights. I'm cheap. So she's cheap. So yeah, we're going to do some stuff with a single light. We're going to have some fun. And yeah, rock and roll. Marissa's entire family, not entire, part of Marissa's family is here. I don't want to exaggerate. So if you hear cheering from the audience, it's not Seth over there on the Mighty Mix. He never cheers for me, ever. All right.
If you hear a boo, that's Seth.
If there's a boo, it's Seth. All right, so I will I will make an attempt to state the equipment I'm using as I go, but I will probably forget after I do it right now. So I'm just going to give a quick overview. I am using a Nikon Z6 II, which is the same camera that Marissa owns, with a 24-70 lens. I'm just going to use the zoom lens the whole time. I'm using ProPhoto lights. The remote's on top, a Nikon TTL remote, and I'm using a ProPhoto B10. So that's a 250 watt second strobe, small, battery powered, real simple, and then we'll use a variety of different modifiers as we go. I am tethered, as you can see here, so there'll be lots of people in the chat telling me that I'm going to trip over the cable, which is good because I probably am, and yeah, we'll go from there. So number one, you can see me on the video, I hope. Which means that obviously there's light in the space. It's not completely dark. But we can remove the light from the space by using the settings of our camera, and that is the power of flash. So to be able to overpower essentially light in a space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my camera at the settings so that when I make a photo, there is no exposure. So I'm going to set my shutter speed at the maximum sync speed, which in this camera is, well, it's 250, but I'm going to set it at 200. I'm going to set it at 100 ISO, not ISO, ISO. And which is the lowest within the normal range. And then I will set my f-stop appropriately to remove this beautiful light that's coming in here. So I'm at 5.6. I think that should be good because I'm looking at the back of the camera and I can see it's black. So let's take a photo. Okay. See, I didn't trip over the cable yet. So we're looking at this frame. It's what I like to call the black frame. And we can see we're at 5.6 as noted. I'm going to grab my exposure slider over. We want to be, you know, around 2 stops or so underexposed. So I'm going to drag this over until I start to see Marissa. Yeah, that's about 2 stops. That is basically setting our shadow point, right? So we know that if we go into post later and we have to like tweak our shadows and bring them up, as long as we don't push it 2 stops, which hopefully you don't have to push it out of 2 stops, then we shouldn't get any of this ugly room light in the shot. So we're clean. All right. All right, I'll see you next week. No, we got to keep going, right? Okay, so now's where the flash comes in. The flash, because this is not exactly scientifically correct, so I'm waiting for the comments. When you're using a flash, your shutter speed, in a sense, doesn't matter. So in other words, we can have the shutter speed up to 200th of a second, like I have it here, because we're using our flash's duration basically as the shutter speed, right? So the flash duration on this flash is tremendously fast, so we can stop action. Maybe we'll do that another time. But the point being is that even though it's dark in here, the flash is going to be able to light us up and freeze our image. So I'm just going to point the light right at her. There was this painter, I forget what his name was. Rembrandt, yeah, and he always put the light in the exact same spot.
Painters mean overused and overrated.
And so you put the light at 45 degrees-ish. And it's here. We're going to use TTL, which is through the lens metering. So what that means is, waiting for the comments about how it's automatic. Yeah, it is automatic. The camera is in manual. I am setting my camera manually. The flash is going to use the meter in my camera to achieve, hopefully, a proper exposure. And then we'll start at with the exposure it gives me, and then we'll adjust to our taste, because exposure ultimately is what you want it to be. Boom. Perfect. Done. All right, so we can see now that Marissa is exposed. Nice and crispy. This is a hard light source. It's small, right? So it's creating lots of texture and detail, which can be very nice for some shots. We got a little shadow on the wall. You can work with this. This light will always be hard for this kind of portraiture because it is small. Hardness and softness is based on the size of your light source compared to your subject, right? So since I'm only working with one light, in order to have soft light, I've got to make this one light I have bigger. Or move it closer, but moving it closer is not going to make much difference because it's probably hard to see in the video, but believe it or not, Marissa's head is bigger than 3 inches. Barely, but it is bigger than 3 inches. So yeah, we can make it bigger. So what is the best thing to make your light bigger? Typically I say whatever's on the light. What do you like? What kind of modifier do you like?
A softbox, because when you drop it on me, it doesn't hurt.
That's right. All softbox when dropped is soft. So we have a selection of softboxes here. Let's use this one.
Ooh, the big one.
The big one. This is a 2 foot by 3 foot softbox. If we put it next to Marissa's head, we can see that it is in fact slightly larger, which means that we're going to put it on our light. It's going to create a softer light. Softer light means we're going to have a little bit less detail in a sense, meaning when I say detail, let me be more specific there. When you're blasting a subject with light, essentially what's happening is you're creating shadow. And let's say you have texture in the skin or in hair, the little tiny shadows are what creates the detail and texture in the skin. The more diffused out those shadows become, the less texture you see, so it becomes smoother. So if we put this on here, and how close you put the softbox? Generally, as close as you can, because again, we want big. I mean, as close as you can without getting it in the shot, I guess is what I should say. We're going to back it up a little bit. For these, I tend to like to put the softbox exactly blocking the camera so you guys can't see. All right, there we go. Now you've got a softer light. It still shapes the face. It still looks really beautiful, but it's got a different feel, right? We've got this punchiness here, and here we've got a bit of a smoother transition. We can see like say in the eyelashes and stuff. Both are great, it depends on what you're doing, but you can go either way. That's already 2 looks. I could count that as 2 looks, right?
2, yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Keep a running total there in the chat. Marissa treated me to 5 guys.
And you win.
Yes, and it was delicious. All right. Simple enough, right? Now we've got this kind of light. I mean, this is not classic Rembrandt light. It's more like a loop lighting, I guess, because she's looking towards the light. Look towards the camera. We'll create a little shadow. So let's liven this up a little bit. Let's think about how we have our light. If you just want simple and easy, putting it more or less with the softbox just kind of slightly above eye level, vertical, close, that works, right? But let's try to make it a little more interesting. We're going to take our box and we're going to raise it up a bit and tilt it down. And what that's going to do is create a little bit more shadow under the chin, a little more direction. The reason why I'm raising it up is because if you're going to tilt the box down, we want to make sure that the center of the box, which is going to be, even though it's even-ish coming out of a softbox, the center is almost always going to be a little hotter. So you want the center of your box generally, on the thing we want to highlight, which is Marissa's grill. We have her look right at us, and we'll take a shot. Boom. We should get some nice shadow, but it's still a nice transition, right? So even with that shadow coming over, we've got nice transition. If we want the shadow to drop off much faster, we need to get our light closer to her. So we can do that. We'll bring the light in. No, I'll move it closer to you. Thank you, though. We'll move the light in nice and close. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to, it's clearly blocking me now. This is why they're made out of, that's why the soft boxes are soft, so you can just smush them like this. And smush the box. This is a special technique here called box smushing. I'm serious. Oh, look at that. I can see the front of the box. All right. I may have smushed the box too much.
It's so smooth.
It's smushed. All right. I'm going to take it. All right. We're going to get this up here like this. All right. Good. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I call that doing a Marissa because she always takes pictures when she's not supposed to. All right. So we get the box closer. It's even softer. It's got this nice drop off though. Because again, the light is really smooth and soft, but look at how like smooth the transition to shadow is even from compared to this one, right? Which is still the same box, but look at this drop off, it's more sudden. When we get in nice and close here, look at how smooth that is there. It actually starts to fall off faster, but smoother. So we get a nice kind of transition, even with just a single light. The other thing you might notice is that, if we go back to here, our background's darker. Our background is darker because of the inverse square law, right? The closer the light is to our subject relative to the background, the darker the background is going to be. So we can eliminate, essentially, if there was like an ugly background or whatever, we can get rid of that background by having our light real close to our subject. Cool. Well, using a softbox is kind of fun. All right, so let's be a little more reasonable with this. I'm going to bring my softbox up over top of the camera a bit to create a little bit more kind of wraparound light, like this. I'm going to sandbag it because the more gear you use, the more you get paid. And you know, sandbags, usually I have a union guy come run out and do it, but yeah.
Create more jobs.
You create more jobs, exactly.
Oh, true. You gotta get knocked. Scab.
Oh yeah, that's starting to look nicer. So see how we're bringing the light around? I'm going to back up a smidge. Right. So you can see how we're bringing the light up and around, right? By shaping the light now, we're able to create light that still has this kind of upward direction. Because remember, if we roll all the ways back to like the beginning, in the beginning, there was a light. You know, this is soft, it's fine, right? But this, we can see how it's really highlighting the shape of her face. See how I've brought it around, it scoops like under her lip. You see how that just looks nicer? It creates dimensionality. And plus, you know what? You go into a photo studio, you can tell the person's kind of a new photographer. They've read that book that they made in 1975, and they put their light right there at the 45-degree angle. You can tell they're new. This is established. Your client's going to be confident because your softbox is not straight. The crooked softbox shows the sign of professional, right? Okay, so right now I'm at 200th of a second, 5.6, 100 ISO. Nothing in the room besides my flash is making an exposure. If I was to fire a shot without the flash, I would have a completely dark exposure. So here we are looking at just what a single light can do and produce kind of a nice dramatic kind of feel for a shot here. I feel like I have a little too much on the top of her head in, so I'm going to lower the camera. We're going to take a shot here. Good. Yeah, and we got nice kind of light that has a feel to it, right? It's got a little texture, and you don't need a lot of lights to do that. We can very easily create. Which demo is this again? Is this sculpting? Oh, I'm doing the wrong. I think I'm doing the wrong demo. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to get a reflector. People love reflectors. This one's fresh.
Ooh, whisk.
That's what I tried to do a dry erase board out of it. It failed.
Oh, really? Oh, this was supposed to be a dry erase board. Oh, that's awesome.
You feel that's weird?
So, oh yeah, it is. So this is a reflector. They're handcrafted, artisanal, made in Brooklyn by Seth.
Walk down the block.
Down the block, yeah. You can always tell when I've used it before because it has a little circle here where I put it on the C-stand. Don't tell Seth that I did that. So this is going to allow us to bounce light back. So if we are using just one light, we can still control our light a bit more by having a little bit of fill. So let's say that we thought that her shadow side was a little bit dark because, I don't know, because you were boring. So we could do that. Right? Marissa's going to hold it herself. She's going to be like
2 for 1.
2 for 1. Yeah. I think the back of it's in the shot. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Boom. And we can fill in. And now we've got nice kind of clean light around the face if you like that. 2 for the price of 1. In this kind of setup, I probably wouldn't do that. I like the shape. I'm doing that on purpose. But let's say we were doing a beauty shot and we only wanted to have a single light. We could do essentially a butterfly pattern, like kind of a direct butterfly pattern beauty light, and then use a reflector to fill in, and let's actually do that. I could boom this over, but I'm kind of feeling lazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spin it like this. When also people always ask me, what do you do if you don't have a C-stand? I mean, what I normally say is buy a C-stand, but let's assume that you don't have one. We can still get a pretty good butterfly pattern just by moving the stand in real close. Right, if we put it more or less.
Someone's asking, is it possible to see, I'm guessing they're saying is a silver reflector for the hair light?
Sure, you could use a silver reflector to kick back light on the hair. What you have to remember though with reflectors is that you're not going to get more back from the reflector than you're giving it. So because if I were to bounce, if I were to bounce, let's say, a silver reflector over here, it would fill in the shadow, but it's not going to make her hair brighter than the neutral, right? It'll never get brighter than the neutral. So typically you want hair light to be brighter. So we'll do that actually, but we'll do it a different way. So we'll do that. All right, so I'm using the C-stand. I know I'm doing it, so there we go. So when you're doing this kind of butterfly light, you're gonna wanna bring the softbox, actually, can you take one step back? Yeah, there we go. What we want is for our light to come down, we won't use this yet. We want our light to kind of come down in front of our subject and kind of like, now again, I told you to put the center of the light on her face. I'm not doing that here because I'm doing something different. I'm gonna use the feather of the light. Where the hot spot of the box is gonna be is outside my shot actually, because I'm gonna use that to bounce light back. So let's start here. Again, I'm in TTL, through the lens metering. Yeah, there we go. So now we've got what is effectively a nice, pretty, clean, beauty type shot. If we want to really fill it in, because we like to do that, we can bring our reflector in, like that. And this is really, really a nice, simple light, right? It's really, really clean. I think that's a smidge dark. So if you're feeling like your light's a smidge dark with the TTL, you can hit yourself in a manual, give yourself a little bit extra light, and boom. Actually, that's good, but I'm gonna lower the camera. Okay. I'll try that. There we go. Good, good, good. And the advantage of this now is that, she's kind of looking down. She's doing that classic Marissa. Marissa has two classic things that she does. She either does this, or she does this.
Sometimes I look up, sometimes
Yeah, sometimes she looks up, sometimes she look down. You don't know. But with this kind of bounce, we can have her look down and still get this really clean, beautiful Noxema. Does it still make Noxema? They do. Noxema. People are like going, Noxema, what's that? But look at how smooth this is, because this is, again, clean, beauty light with a single light. Easy as that.
What should I do? I should look to the side.
Yeah, well, you never look to the side.
Mix it up a little.
Yeah, hold on.
Such range.
She's looking to the side. Boom, done. Whew, expert.
Oh, a new look.
That is a new look. We've never seen Marissa look to the side before. Some models can just look straight, Marissa to the side.
I'm a 3-trick pony.
Asking why you use exposure compensation instead of setting it.
Okay, so why am I not using exposure compensation? You could do that, but and I would do that if, well, let me roll back and talk about what that is. So when you're using TTL, essentially what's happening is every time you go to make a shot, there is what's called a pre-flash that fires. You don't see it because it's super, super fast. That judges the exposure, comes back to the camera, does a bunch of math, and spits out the proper sciencey stuff to tell the light what to do. The light then fires, you get your shot. You can use exposure compensation if, like in that case where the exposure looked a little dark, and I could say, hey, figure all that out, and then give me a little bit more. And that's super useful if you're moving around and changing all the time. Generally in a portrait setup, I usually switch to manual once I have my basic setup, because then you'll always get a very consistent shot. With TTL, because it's calculating every single time, it could be a little different in each frame. Whether or not that's a big deal, it really depends, right? But why not lock it in and get exactly the same exposure when you're doing something like this? That's why I go that way. So yes, but you can use exposure compensation, of course. And if you're only using one light, usually with the ProPhoto system, you want to use the in-camera exposure compensation as opposed to the one on top of the remote. Or flash exposure compensation, I should say, not exposure compensation. Very nice. Very nice. You know, your lipstick almost exactly matches the pattern, the color on your shirt. That's pretty good. Was that done on purpose?
No.
So the person that does the reflect for the hair is actually being like an actual mirror for the reflector on the hair.
Yeah, a mirror would be more likely to do something. And what you can actually do, and actually let's just go there now, because I don't think we have an actual mirror, but we have a pretty shiny silver, don't we? Yeah, we got a really shiny silver.
Oh, I might have a mirror board.
So remember what I said, that the center of your light source is going to probably, you know, again, softboxes are even. I'm not saying they're not even. People, you know, but more or less the center of your light source is going to be the hottest part. And remember, light spreads out as it goes, but the center is going to go this way. So in order to achieve like a bounce back light with, let's say, a mirror or something that's going to be bright enough to be like a hair light, what you need to do is feather your light. So I'll show you how to do that, because I'm good like that. Oh, we might even be able to. Nah. I was going to try something funky, but it's too early in the session for me to try something funky.
20 minutes deep.
No, 20 minutes is not enough. We gotta. I was going to just go, well, you know what? Let's try it. Rails, we're off. All right, here we go. All right.
No, you're off the rails.
Yes.
It's not that the rails are off.
Oh.
So off the rails, even the phrase is off the rails.
Exactly. I come forward a tiny bit. I'm going back to TTL. All right, so what I did was, I moved the center of the light to, I moved the center of the light off to one side, because what I'm hoping to achieve here is to get right here, which is going to be my hottest part of the light. I'm going to bounce that back. It's probably not in the right position to get it on her hair, but we're going to try. Also, that's just a little bit nicer. So this is great. Right? Looking for one that's similar, but I guess every shot with Mercer is different. Okay, so this is great, right? The filled in, the butterfly, simple, clean, beauty, right? But a little shadow adds a little, so, you know. The one on the left is a beauty shot, the one on the right is a portrait. So whenever anybody asks me what the difference is, there you go. All right, which one of these is a mirror? Yeah, I want the brightest silver we have. All right, I'm getting out. I'm out. Peacing out. I'm out in the peace. Keeping the peace.
The piece is out.
The peace is out. Oh, am I? Look at the, whoa, I'm bright. Whoa, I don't know if that camera's on or not. Aha. Da, 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 da.
I might have like a mirror this big though.
Yeah, like a little one. I'm trying. I'm going to turn on the modeling light because, you know, that's how I like to roll. Oh, look at that. That's very shiny. Thank you, Seth. Seth is the best, by the way.
For real, don't scratch that, right?
I'm going to try not to.
You want to hold it?
It's very soft. I don't know.
Well, it's not a real mirror. It's plexi with a
Yeah,
back.
I don't think it's going to be, because it's got stuff on it. I don't want to tear your stuff off. Let's just use it.
But it's not even a real mirror, so it's like a plexi back.
Okay. Yeah, see if we can get any.
This is too soft.
Well, I was thinking to do it from here and kind of kick it up to the side and just hitting this part of her hair. Just hitting like the edge of her hair.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be bright enough though. Well, let's try it. We're going to try it. Yeah, I mean, you can see what it did here versus here.
When you look at her eyeball, look inside her eyeball.
Right. Well, yeah, of course, in the eye you can see it. But like as far as using it for like to separate, you can see the difference. So just the angle it's at isn't going to work, but we can make it work. I'm going to go and kick it back past her sideways.
You still want this?
Yeah. All right. So get dual for this, but I've only just begun. All right.
Someone's asking, mirror does not soften the light, does it?
Does the mirror soften the light?
I don't.
No.
No, this also isn't a true mirror.
Yeah. Generally with the true mirror, you'll get 100% reflectance, which is the only reason why you would be able to get the backlight brighter, because what we're going to do here is, like if I had a light meter, which I do somewhere, but I'm not going to dig it out. When you feather a light, like the way I'm doing, I'm not sure how obvious this is in any of the cameras, like this light is actually aimed past Marissa. The edge of the light though is going to come down and hit her. So the edge of the light is not as intense as the center. So If we blast the center, also by the way, this softbox does not have a removable front baffle. If it did,
This is like a song.
I would tear it up. It's crazy soft,
This
yeah.
is crazy diffused.
Yeah, we're gonna try though. If I'm anything in life, I'm willing to try stuff.
It would have been cool to have that.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We're gonna do a quick little test shot. Again, we're in TTL.
Oh, blink.
Oh, a blinker.
Tech shot.
Okay, that was a test shot.
So it makes you drunk.
All right, that's actually not
It's
terrible.
actually working.
All right, yeah, let's try with the mirror and see if we can get any kick
You want to do it?
like from over here, because we got the light's coming this way. Perhaps we can get a little. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get it. No, we'd have to use a hard light.
Like this close.
Yeah, well, not in the shot. You can get it even closer if you want to. Yeah, I mean, you can see it filling in. It's never going to really be brighter than the light that's hitting it. Because remember, light has to travel a distance. Oh, you know what might work actually? I'm leaving the set. You guys have fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, you had that the whole time.
I know, but I don't know if it'll work with the soft light. It's really meant to work with hard light. Okay, so
That's literally what that's made for.
yeah, this is Light Stream from Data Light.
You're killing me.
Yeah.
You owe me plexi now.
Yeah, I do. Sorry, I totally forgot about it. I just don't know if it's still not going to be enough. This light's too soft. Let's do it with the punchier light. Let's use a beauty dish. Well, yeah, I'll use a beauty dish. All right. We'll get back to that in a second. Well, let's just do it. What the heck? We're here. I know. Sometimes I don't. Well, you know, I like you know, my philosophy on this stuff, by the way, if you're watching, Mom, is
If the size of the mirror is small, and that becomes a light source, does that make it a harder light source instead of a big mirror?
yeah, the smaller mirror will generally be a harder light source. Although, the thing with a mirror is that you don't always get the entire surface area of the mirror reflecting back. Sometimes you just get a small. Essentially, the size of the light in the mirror becomes the size of the light source. So if I take a huge light source and I back it really far up, and in the mirror it's small, if that makes sense. But of course, ultimately, a smaller mirror that doesn't reflect the entire light source would be harder. But all right, I'm gonna take the grid off. I'm gonna use a beauty dish because Marissa is. I'm using the beauty dish because Marissa is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Ah, thank you. Wow. I know she's not there.
On camera, right?
You are definitely on camera. Marissa's mom is here.
My baby.
All right, so this is a beauty dish, 22 inches, silver interior, dented, brown tape.
The ugliest cat tape.
Right.
You're right there. Good.
Yeah, if I don't do this exactly right, people will refer me back to Seth's beauty dish, C-stand video.
Sorry, it's a good video. I mean, big guy, you only need to see
Yeah.
things that you'll ever have to watch.
That's right, you will never have to watch another video about C-stands. I mean, not that you want to watch more than one video about C-stands, but you will never have to watch another video about C-stands.
And now they're all saying hi to his mom.
All right, Mom, you're getting some shout-outs. All right, so this is a bit of a punchier light, so we might be able to get what we want from this.
You want to kill the overhead?
We'll have to kill the overhead, yeah, I think so. Thank you. Yeah, there we go. These demos are always fun because you guys are basically like a typical client. Once you get everything set up, they're like, yeah, but can't you do this nearly impossible thing? Oh, okay, hold on. So let me get a better frame. All right, so this is just the beauty dish. Boom, okay. All right, Mom, do you want to hold this? All right, so, I mean, this isn't my mother, it's Marissa's mother. My mother would have been like, no, hold it yourself. All right. All right. You see what she's doing wrong?
What am I doing?
You're not looking at Marissa. How are you going to know where it's reflecting?
How's she?
You got to come over here.
Yours is kind of tall. Okay.
No, come over here. See where I am? You need to be me.
Oh, from the side. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. I'm teaching you. All right. So we can see, like, move the light away. All right.
Oh yeah.
Ah, look at that, right? Not bad. There we go. You got it down.
She's a natural.
She's natural. Boom. All right, so now we've got a little bit of a hair lighty kind of thing going on. Now, this is not what I would typically do if I could avoid it. It's not, you can relax. Thanks, Mom. It can work, right? If you have a hard specular light source, and if you've got a mirror, and if you've got time, you know, you can make that work. I'm going to say better way to do it, which we usually say for the end, but for you guys, doing it right now, would be, again, using the properties of light as we do, knowing that the light that is the closest to the subject is going to be the brightest, which we know. Let's put her hair light on the hair, right? Let's see if that's in the shot. Probably is. Oh, you like that in the shot? Yeah, because then the people know I'm using a beauty dish. That's so crazy. What is that the window? Yeah. There's like a hot spot right on your face. Let's use it.
Oh yeah.
Yep, there we go. We're using it. Okay, so now the hair light is there. Marissa asked to have it in the shot, so I put it there. Now, if we take our mirror, which is not going to bounce back all the light, but will bounce back enough light, and she's also using the window while we're mixing with, well, hold on, if you're going to do that, I have to adjust my camera. Okay. This is how we know Marissa's a pro.
The squats.
The squat, yeah. Okay, here we go. Hold on.
Oh, you can't even see the hot spot.
Nope. Why can't we? Because I overpowered it with flash. Can I get a bam?
Bam!
Bam! Oh, you're right. So anything is possible. You just have to understand how light works, right? Trying to take our key light and that's big and soft and far away and bouncing it back to light the hair up is not going to give us what we want. But the hair light, which we want to be overexposed, bouncing back onto the front for the key can work. And you can get these maybe somewhere in the world. Unfortunately, Adorama does not cover them, but you could do it with, I'll use it with a regular reflector. That's going to work best because that's my awesome data light thing, but we can also use a regular reflector. For those of you who want to go to Brooklyn, this will also work. Also works. So there you go. Just so you know, you don't have to have that. And yes, we could get the hair.
Actually, that shoots like a soft silver.
What's that?
Yeah, whatever you just use shoots like a soft silver.
Yeah, it's like a soft silver. It's pretty nice. Seth made this with spray glue and aluminum foil.
You're like a parent of a pre-K show and tell. My son made this with popsicle sticks.
Well, I think I say things like that sometimes in these demos and people think I'm making it up. But I am not, in fact. That is literally what happened.
Well, I run the event space full of that.
Yep. All right, well, now I'm digging this. We're digging it now.
Oh, you know what interesting? Now doing a bronze reflector, you're also.
Ooh, the bronze reflector. Okay. Okay, so now, hold on, before we get into this too far, let's do one more thing because, hey, I feel like it. Oh, we got the other side, maybe. No, no. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag my shutter down to try to get the ambient light. I'm going to give myself 30th of a second. I'm going to kill the modeling light once I get this in place because I don't want the modeling light affecting my shot. So I'm killing the modeling light. Now that should pick up some of that ambient light. Yeah, there it is.
Ooh.
Right, so now we've got, this is some of the window light.
Can we get it right on my eye?
Yeah, we can get it there. I just wanted to make sure it was going to work. So that's the 30th. I'm going to go to a 15th, so be a little bit still once we get there. All right, I'm going to explain this. All right, here we go, guys. I will explain the whole thing, and hopefully it will be epic. Number one, I'm going to turn this back a little bit. I'm taking this light, and I'm aiming it from the back, more or less towards where I know I'm going to hold my reflector. it's going to come forward here and create a hair light, a bright, glowy hair light in all its beautiful, glowy hair light glory. Because we have window light coming in, and because we're like cats and follow these things, Marissa's going to move her face to get the light from the window right in the face, just like I have right now.
Tell them that that's window light on the V-flat.
Oh, window light on the V-flat. We can see it here, right? That's the window outside. We are essentially mixing ambient light with flash. So I'm slowing down my shutter speed. Remember earlier I said shutter speed doesn't really affect the flash, which is great because I can leave all my settings the same, slow down my shutter. Now, I'm going to use this mirror reflector. Effectively, this is just a mirror. I'm going to use this mirror, right, to bounce back the flash to be my key light on her face. Before I take the exposure, after I get it in place, I'm going to turn the modeling light off here because I do not want that to affect my exposure. So there's a couple steps here. We've got her in place. If I was going to shoot like a whole thing like this, I'd put this on a stand, but I'm not. So, all right, she's good. She's exactly where she needs to be. I'm going to get this in place. I'm going to turn off the modeling light. Here we go. And that should give us a mixture of, yep, there we go. Now we have light on her eye from the window and the flash lighting her face. Just again, so that you see, if I turn the flash off and we take the exact same shot, so position yourself again. Yeah, there you go. A little taller, right there. That's no flash. Okay, also cool, right? So there we go, right?
Just use a pocket of light coming.
Yeah, you just need a pocket of light coming through the window. I literally just posted a picture. Oh, now, hold on a second.
Zero light setup.
Well,
All right.
a single light. He is using the single
Yeah, I'm using the sun now. Could you help me, Seth? Either take the picture, or, well, no, if you're doing that, that's fine. Mom, can you? I can have Mom do it.
You want to break it at a cheek line?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. 'Cause
I love how you have 10,000 fingerprints on your own expensive mirror.
yes, 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 exactly. Oh, wow.
Hit the switch, hit the switch, hit the switch.
Bam.
Bam!
Bam! I'm using one single light. That light is the sun. It's a little soft, but that's because we're shooting at 30th of a second. All right, let's try to remain perfectly still. I can open up a little bit, yeah. All right, I'm going to open up. I hate to make too many changes, but I'm going to open up to f4 and go to the 30th. So it's the same exposure. All right, here we go, here we go. Boom. Oop, you moved. Hold on one more time. Yeah, I saw you wiggle just where I want to go shoot. All right, here we go. Come down a little bit, Marissa. Right there. A little lower. All right, here we go. Here we go. Boom. All right, there we go, right? We got, all right, I want a little more, okay.
So far, that's
You're good, yeah, get it right on your eyeball. When you feel yourself being blinded, there we go.
Yeah, bring it right enough for a YouTube stream.
Why not? Good.
You know what's crazy? Is when you hit the camera, you block the light a little bit. Actually,
Do I?
for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
And the light's changing by the minute.
Yep. There we go. Right, now we're just using the light that's coming through. Oh, that's a little blurry. Okay, hold on, because that's, all right, hold on. Let me wait till it's actually on your eye. Oh, wow, wow, oh, that's right there. Focused, here we go. I think I like it best when you're looking back towards look this way, Marissa. I know, oh, right, oh, yeah, yes, thanks.
Wait, don't block the light, get off that camera.
Okay, focusing, here we go. Oh, yes.
Oh, better.
Yeah, that's nice.
Bam!
There we go. That's Mom. Yeah, sharp. It's, for 30th of a second.
Let that hair drop again.
Can you bring you can't bring the mirror up, right?
I'm losing light.
Okay, here we go. That's beautiful. Good, one more. Good. You're wiggling just so much, so little, so it's just trying to get, shooting a few for sharpness reasons. Good. All right, I think we got it. Wow.
Yeah.
Woo!
There you go.
Oh, the yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's sharp. There we go. Cool.
Crunchy.
All right.
That's awesome. Thank you, Seth.
Nice.
All right, so Thank you for coming to the shooting with available light video. Oh no, this is wrong. Yeah, very cool, right?
That was single light.
Yeah, this is a single light, right? It is, in fact, yeah, it is the single light. Now, you know, because I like a kind of a challenge, let's say you didn't have the sun and you wanted to create something like that. Now let's use what we just figured out and let's use the beauty dish. The Magnum will be better, but I'm too lazy to get it. All right, so I'm gonna take my beauty dish. I'm gonna aim it pretty much the right way. Obviously it's bigger. Actually, I'll put the grid on it, maybe. Yeah, let's put the grid on it. See, it's cool to look at the light that's out there and be inspired by it, because that's going to give you a lot of ideas. And it's also going to set you up so that if you just created that shot like I just did, and then somebody sees it in your portfolio and they're just like, Daniel, I really like that shot. Then you can be like, but it's raining out and whatever. I can be like, I can still do it. And we're going to create something similar. I'm going to actually make it a little better because I'm going to raise this higher. So I felt like that light was a smidge low for me. So I'm going to kind of aim it from the back here to get a similar feel. I'm going to turn the flash back on, and I'm going to reset my camera. Because remember, I had brought my shutter speed down. So I'm going back up to 200th of a second at 5.6 because I haven't changed the flash. So the flash should still be good. I did move its position slightly, so we're going to have to do a little adjustment. I know, right? The daylight is already gone. That's one of the bad things about using daylight. Okay, there we go. Well, now, of course, in our case, we also had light coming from the other direction. So we can take that and...
You're doing opposite with flash. So now you can actually have like a thumbnail of like the opposite direction of light and flash.
Oh, I should do it the other side, you're saying? That's not a bad idea.
No, that way you have like, you're literally doing it the opposite way you did the natural. So it's kind of like you're doing juxtaposition.
Right. All right, here we go. This might be too soft. Yeah, that's probably a little too soft. I want to get a little bit of light on that front eye. Well, I guess I can just do this. Because again, I have total control with the flash to put it wherever I want. Because I paid for it, right? Once it's your flash, you can do whatever you like with it. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and see, now we've got that little extra crispiness. It's the Daniel. I'm circling around to the same light I always do. I'll add a shutter drag to it. All right, turn your face a little bit to your right. A little more, right there. Good. Boom. All right. Boom. Or bam. I think I'm gonna back. Mom, I'm gonna need you again. So because we can't do like an active fill, right? Because we don't have the flash. So we're gonna use this, but we're gonna use it further away. So you can see it on it, right? See that? Mm-hmm. It's not super obvious, but you see it, right?
It's got a stripe on her head.
Not that.
Oh yeah, I see it.
You see we're bouncing back the white light. Mm-hmm. Okay, not the warm light. And you can block that stripe too if you're really good. Look at that. You're so good.
Do you want to watch it?
Well, if you want to, it doesn't matter. Okay, so turn your face slightly to, yep, there we go. Bring this in. Come a little closer. I think right there is probably good. There we go. And we can control the intensity of this however we want. Actually, the best way to do this.
Can you just tell them the whole demo
Okay.
is Alvin's fault? Just say
What's that?
tell them this whole mirror demo is Alvin's fault.
Alvin, this is Alvin's fault. Alvin had to ask. So,
This started 45 minutes ago.
all right, so like all photographers, I don't just buy one thing. That was a number 1. I have a number 3 as well, which is less reflective. Yeah, because I want to keep it closer to her.
I always need you.
Yes, you are always needed, Mom. All right, right there. So what's happening here is, that's much better. Okay, so I switched to essentially a softer, more diffuse mirror. I don't know which one to talk to. So again, I'm going to run through this one more time. We went originally, right? Which camera should I look at, if any? This one. Okay, there was some sun coming through the window, and like a cat, I was distracted, and we used essentially a mirror, for lack of a better way to describe it, to bounce back the sunlight to come in and give her this kind of this cutout. We did that because we were talking about using the mirror as a hair light. But now I want to create a similar thing with my flash. The thing is, when the sun was doing it, because we were getting other light in the room, it wasn't completely stark, right? It wasn't like this. When the sun did it, there was like a little bit more fill. So that's kind of what we're doing here. At this point, it might even be a little too filled. So again, that's a what, 3? Is that a number 3?
Oh, yes.
Okay, that's a 3. We have a 4. I know, it's crazy. So the 4 is even more like diffused, if you will.
You're not related to a Paul Norton, are you?
I am not related to, well, I am, that's my father, but it's not the same person. I don't think.
What if it literally was?
Well, I know that there is a Paul Norton photographer that I have corresponded with on Twitter. Maybe that's who it is. Unless my father started a photography business without me knowing about it. If so, he has competition, and I will not talk to him. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so now we've got that crispiness of flash, right? And we've got that kind of feel that we got from the sun. So the idea is you can see things and be like, oh, sunlight coming through the window. I'm inspired. I'm inspired. And then you can recreate it anytime I want. Whenever somebody wants this look, I could say, sure, come to my studio. I have this beauty dish with the dent in it, and I've got this reflector. Number 4, done. And if I want it to be warm, whew, well, you know, I can definitely do that. I can go like this.
Oh, let's use the bronze reflector.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. Let's use the bronze reflector. So Seth made this bronze reflector during the Bronze Age. Bronze Age reflector.
No, that's not it.
Nope, this is silver.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, there it is.
That's bronze.
Bronze.
Actually, one's copper, one's gold.
One is copper, one is gold. So, all right, Mom. You're in charge of this. I'll take that. This cost Seth $5. This was like $600. So,
Yes. You want gold, you want bronze, or copper?
what do you like?
Let's do copper.
Is that copper?
Other side.
Other side. Oh yeah.
Fire?
Maybe chocolatey looking.
There we go. Oh,
Am I turning it?
well, that was pretty good. Here you're gonna be much closer.
Yeah, man, look at that.
Drop that right in there like that. Here we go. It's gonna make your hair be all like, woo-ah. Good. Oh, all right. So let's find the right area here. Okay, so let's have you turn back this way slightly towards me. More. Stop right there. All right, Mom, you're good. Good. Yeah. Oh, it's very. So this is basically bouncing back warmth into the shadow. So if you like that, Seth makes these. You can get them in Brooklyn.
Actually, I have a video on my channel about making them.
There's a video on his channel. Check it out. Last X Witness, still on YouTube, right? You can check it out. He shows you how to make them. You can make them yourself, which is very cool. There's a reason to have like pre-made stuff, like the data light stuff, because it's always going to be exactly the same. You can repeat it. You can rent it. But hey, you can make stuff that's super unique, like these bronze reflectors, yourself. And people like Seth show you how to do that. And people like Seth show you how to do that. He's liberating you from the man. All right, where are we at? We used a beauty dish, we used a softbox. Let's use an umbrella. Thanks, Mom. All right. We'll turn on the overhead lights. I have a variety of other softboxes, but I don't feel like using them. This is an umbrella. It is a 60-inch umbrella. What's that? So again, the larger the light source, the softer it's going to be relative to the subject. So 60 inches being bigger than Marissa, usually.
I don't know. If I get too many compliments, my head may be bigger.
Right. If you compliment Marissa too much, her head will become large, but right now, it is still manageable size. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Do that.
Oh, what? Okay.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Marissa is going to become her own light source. How am I going to do this? Magnum reflector? Hold on, let's just see.
Do you want me to tilt it towards myself like this?
Yes, exactly. Oh yeah, look at that. If I do this, oh, actually I don't think I was in TTL. Oh, interesting.
Ooh, that's cool.
It's not garbage. It's the beginnings of something interesting. So if we bounce our light into the, oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, have it above you like that. And let's do this.
This is artsy.
It is artsy. We're getting so artsy now.
You're an artist.
Uh-oh, I'm doing this wrong, and then people are going to tell me I'm doing it wrong because they'll watch Seth's video.
They'll watch this video, learn how to do it right.
They're like, Daniel was doing the C-stand wrong.
Yeah, I ruined C-stands for everybody that does that.
You did. You ruined C-stands by doing it correctly. All right. Okay. There we go. All right, interesting.
This is cool. And you probably do a reflector over the top.
Yeah, I think so, right? Just to kick it back in. Let's just see what we got so far. Yeah, exactly. Nice. And then we'll go, I guess, silver.
Just so light. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I think we need more than that. Well, we'll see. So this is silver. It might be too much. Oh, it's not enough, actually.
Yeah, because I think you need a diffusion. Like, I think you need the white diffuse, you know, like that's scatter of the white.
Oh, the backside's white. Okay.
It's a 2-for-1. That was a special.
That's right. It's both silver and white.
Let's build Marissa a house.
There we go.
Yeah, see,
That is soft.
See, then one day you'll learn how to use a reflector.
One day I will learn. Seth is the master of the Brooklyn reflector. I usually just hand it to, you know, somebody's mom to hold it, and then I'm done.
Well, it's cool that you can blow up the umbrella.
Yeah.
I love my little hat.
Chin up a little bit. Good. Wow, okay. I was just testing it, and I used silver again, just to show you that it was that, because I also changed the position of the reflector, and I just didn't want somebody in the comments to be like, did you also change the position? It's literally because the silver is grabbing just bits of light and tossing it down. It's very specular, where the white is diffusing it out. So when it comes to Brooklyn and reflectors,
Comes with cheap garbage. Gotcha. Oh, all right.
it's clean, right? I'm not even looking. I'm pulling a Marissa. I'm not looking. I'm just shooting. I mean, not looking at the light.
Look at the first one.
Oh, yeah, it's clean.
She's got like her eyes rolling.
Oh, look at that.
There it is.
There it is. That's cute. So
That is cute.
what would happen if... Oh, yeah.
Speed, are you gonna do the
You're going to spin
shutter
it.
speed?
We're going to drag the shutter.
Yeah.
I just told him that you wouldn't do it. Okay.
Okay.
I don't normally do shutter drags because I'm terrible at them, but I will do it for you.
Cut this out.
Yeah, we got to kill the ambient.
And wait. Turn off the dim on the left. Hold on. Don't do it yet. Because if you do it, it's going to cut this during the exposure.
Oh, yeah, do I have the dim on?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Seth.
Yep. Really?
It's always important to set the... maybe the app does it. I don't know.
Fire the flash. Okay.
Okay. So let's test this first, because if I have to change it, then there's no sense in explaining the whole thing. Let's get this in place. Marissa's going to rotate the umbrella. Was that not slow enough? Oh.
Wait, I didn't.
Oh, what am I doing? That's not going to do it because the flash is going to be,
Oh, the flash
even at a
is freezing.
15th, the flash is still going to freeze it, right? I'm going to have to go super slow.
So you have to go like a long drag. She's got to spin.
Yeah, okay, we're going to do 1 second.
You're going to get a frozen set in there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. All right, so here we go. Spin, spin, spin. All right, that was a 1 set. She stopped spinning. Oh, no, there you go.
Sorry, I think.
But I think too much ambient's going to hit her,
Oh,
though.
this might be even easier to spin.
It's bouncing off the floor.
Yeah, it is, right?
You want a black, you throw a black on the floor. I don't even think that's going to
Or a black card. Well, I think the problem is that the light from the umbrella, because I can see her face as she spins it
literally
around.
coming off. Like that's.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Unless we move the umbrella further back from her. What if you slide it further back on your shoulder?
Yeah.
Wait.
Right, because now and then move that whole thing back, right?
I think you'd have to, no, I
It
think you gotta
doesn't-
set up a secondary constant.
Oh, well, we can't do that because it's a single light workshop.
lights.
We'll do that next time,
I can
guys.
spin it faster
You wanna
now.
try to black out the floor first before you call it?
No, no.
Ready?
Let's just try this. I'm curious. Good. A little better.
Ooh!
And of course, it's just a white blob behind you.
Yeah, we need to,
Yeah, she's getting Okay, so guys, what's happening is because the umbrella itself is bouncing light forward, it's hitting the floor, it's hitting over here. We're getting light all over the space, so that's kicking up, which is killing the solid. Yeah, we could try it, but I still think.
that's not enough.
Because also look at the ceiling. Like I can see the ceiling bouncing in.
yeah,
Yeah, I think we're just going to get.
Wait.
Okay, we'll try it.
All right, ready?
Yeah, good. I'm not going to bounce either. Because that could also be part of it, right? I'm bouncing it in. Yeah, see, I think we're just going to get a double.
Yeah, it's because you're using the same light source for both.
Yeah, because we're using the same light source for both. Okay, so that's just not a thing that's going to happen today at this moment because I don't want to get.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't want to get derailed for that. Well, I don't want to spend all day on it. All right, well, that's actually really nice. Let's go back to 200th of a second at 5.6. I'm going to go to TTL to see what it does. That's nice. Yep. There we go. Oh, interesting. Okay, perfect. TTL worked exactly how it's supposed to. So I'm switch to manual. Marissa is using the things that she's learning to figure out how to light herself better. She's cheating. She's totally cheating. Okay, that's not, okay, good. Wow, okay.
Oh, if I can get it perfectly flat. Okay.
Yeah, do it perfectly flat.
Is it?
Okay, I'm just bringing the light up because obviously TTL, whenever you have the light in the shot, TTL is always going to be, okay, so that's a little much. I'm just trying to light her up and make it awesome.
You're trying to be awesome.
I'm just trying to be awesome, man. I'm just trying to be awesome.
I'm just trying to be awesome.
So lean the light slightly up and then slightly forward. Yep, perfect. Just like that. A little more. Oh, a little less. Actually, I'll just do this. All right, here we go. There you go. Look at how clean that light is. That light is clean.com.
I want
Yeah.
to be perfect.
Yeah, let's get it perfectly in the center. Here we go. All right, so, yep, like this way. No, with the umbrella, yep. Yep, okay, yep, move your face this way. Right there, stop. There we go. Oh, one more. Yeah, there we go. Right dead center.
Oh yeah, I didn't have to really.
Nope, I focus on the umbrella.
Don't focus on the light.
Yeah, all right, one more time. Good, good, good. That should be good. Yeah, wow, it's so interesting. Yeah, there it is. It is clean and refreshing and fantastic. All right, let's actually use the umbrella.
Yay.
So that was fun. I don't know why I suddenly thought that'd be a good idea. Oh, you know what else we could do? I'm not going to use this umbrella the right way because, you know,
Because he's.
that's just not how I roll. Because listen, how many times have you guys seen somebody use an umbrella the right way? A lot, probably.
Most.
Yeah, right? I mean,
Yeah, if you want it done right, go to Seth's.
exactly. Watch that C-stand video. All right, we gotta. Oh, that's interesting. Is the hard? Okay, good.
Could have wet my hair.
Oh, you could wet your hair. I know what you're saying. You're saying, Daniel, what are you doing? And I'm saying, I don't know. It's that time of the demo where things get a little wonky. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I did that on purpose. Good. What do you think, Mom?
yeah. Do you want me
Interesting.
To put it away from my face now?
Yeah. What if you put it closer to me? Like the umbrella itself, like reach the staff out in front.
Oh yeah.
Well, you can put it in front of you still, because it'll be out of focus. I think that'll work. Like go like this way. I think that'll. Oh no, that'll. Nope. Do not do what I said. That's terrible. Yeah, you can just tilt it one way or the other,
But
as
keep
long
it
as
bouncing up.
wherever you like it. That's actually really nice. I like that. Here we go. Oh yeah, it's just
Ooh.
pretty good, right? It's just it's a little dark, but it has that rainy feeling. I like that. All right, that's good. Let's try that again. I'm just going to give it a little. All right, so I'm in TTL. Now I'm going to use exposure compensation. Because I can tell, because it's going to be changing constantly because she's hand holding it. I have to remember where it is on the camera. There it is. I'm going to add 2/3 of a stop. Let me just see what it looks like. Oh, sorry. Oh, thanks. All right, there we go. So now we're getting a better exposure. This way, it'll move around. The other thing I'm going to do too is I'm going to actually, I want to use high-speed sync.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going to go to F4. I'm trying to remember how to do it. We have to go into the menu, right? Is it under the wrench?
What?
High-speed sync?
It just goes automatic.
No, I don't have it set that way though.
Oh, then go here.
I don't think so because it didn't go that way.
Bracketing, flash, spink, auto.
There we go. All right. So I'm going into high-speed sync. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want to drop down. I remember I'm fighting the light outside, right? So if I go to F4, I'm going to let in more light. So I want to give myself, I was at 200, I'm going to go to 400th of a second using high-speed sync at F4. There we go. Why am I going to F4? Because I want the depth of field to be a little more shallow for this. Remember, I have my TTL set at plus 2/3 of a stop because I want it to have like a bit of a bright feel. And we're going to let this thing do its thing. I think it's nicer when we see, oh, that's cool. But when we tip it so we see some black.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because like I like the compositions that can be made when we do stuff like that or that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's try that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's nice. Yeah, raise it up a little bit right there. Good. Oh, one more. Good. Good. Let's try that again. Good. Nice, because that little bit of black just adds something to it. See if you can raise it a little bit more too and tilt it like this way. Up and then tilt it towards me. Like this. Oh, actually, it's maybe too close to you. Bring it closer to your body. There we go. And then like that. Good. Yeah. The light's shaping her face. She can see it's a rainy day, but she knows the sun will come out.
Tomorrow.
Exactly. All right. So, any other questions, thoughts, concerns? Marissa has a freakishly long neck.
If it was a diffuser umbrella, would you put the light outside the umbrella or in it?
Okay, so if I was doing this technique that I just made up on the spot that I'm going to call Marissa Brella, should I name it after you since you were the subject?
Yes.
Okay, one more.
Marissa Brella lighting.
Marissa Brella lighting. You can when Westcott or whoever this is, PhotoFlex sponsors me, and you can buy my umbrella that doesn't have a place to put a light because you have to stick the light like this. No, so if it was a diffused umbrella, like a shoot-through umbrella, if I took the light and I put it on the outside, it would not look the same. So this is the thing, right? Not all things are interchangeable. You could do that, but what that would create is a hot spot coming down, and then it would diffuse back. This is actually creating kind of like an even light over the whole thing because the light's reflecting all inside the umbrella. So if you only had a diffusive umbrella, I would still do it the same way. You'd probably lose a whole bunch of light in the room, and if you didn't have high ceilings like I do, the whole thing would probably be a little bit flatter. It wouldn't be as contrasty, my guess. I wouldn't shoot it from the outside though, no, because it would change the look. It wouldn't be the Marissa Brella technique. Patented, trademarked. Anything else?
Melissa can hold the umbrella further back so it's more soft, which doesn't make sense.
If she could hold it further back, it would be more soft. The thing is she can't hold it further back because this light has to hit it.
Like,
You could put it towards the light back. No, try it. I mean, yeah, it's neat. It's neat. I don't know if it's softer really. It just is spreading out in a different pattern. All of that works. The great thing about this technique, you can try it at home. Get your grandma, your sister, your brother, your uncle, that neighbor that's always like looking in your window and like asking what's going on today. Hand them an umbrella, and away you go. That's how we make friends in photography. All right. This will do nothing. Boom. Oh, look at that.
Actually,
It did something. It
I think
bounced
it
up
bounced off the ceiling.
Yeah, it did. It bounced off the ceiling. So, garbage. Don't do that. The proper immersive technique is like this. Okay, we will be back in a couple of weeks, and it should be close to Halloween. There's going to be a Halloween special, we think.
Oh, yeah.
So you will see if you have any ideas for costumes that we could.
We're taking requests.
Can you mention my Create No Matter What challenge?
Yeah, of course.
Adorama.com/Create No Matter What.
Adorama.com/create no matter what. There is a character portrait, it's called, right? Character portrait challenge going on. Shoot some character portraits and submit them.
Yeah, the info animation on it, but $3,000 in Fuji gear.
$3,000 in Fuji gear.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
Enter in, find yourself a character, create yourself a character, shoot some images,
So go to the website for full rules.
go to the website for the full rules, and there's also like a little video there, right? I saw a video.
Yeah, there's a video.
There's a video, you can see Seth do some awesome shots, and I won't be there to correct him because he doesn't need me. So, but yeah, check it out, guys. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. Ring the bell, subscribe, do all the good YouTube stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
It wasn't mixed up? I'll say.
OnSet.